in the town of Fort White, Florida. Columbia County. You blink, you miss it. South 47. He's a really cool guy on this road. I believe his name's Don. He sells Silver King corn. So if you get here at the right time, you'll find him out there selling his stuff. He's really into astronomy, anything NASA. He's done cruises to see eclipses. He's a really interesting guy. We still keep in touch every now and then. We'll call each other. It's ironic, we met him a few trips ago, and we were actually down here in Florida. I think it was December, like a year later, and he called us. We're like, oh, we just passed your place on the way down. Big old solar farm over there. It's the third one I've seen. There were two in Georgia that we passed, and then that one. I should say acting like y'all are here in the car with me. Got another couple hours on my trip here. But you'll find a lot of farms out here. Watermelon. It's probably going to be busy up here. There's another solar farm. Those are both new, I believe. Duke Energy is putting those in. Yes, if power companies are behind solar power, everybody else will fall in line. You got money for lobbyists, you can get stuff done. River. I was on that river a lot as a kid. Maybe on the way back we'll stop at the little park here. I wasn't on this part of it, but much further down, closer to High Springs. probably putting in utilities. Although I want to say the first time, or maybe the second time, I guess we were on this road, they were doing the poles. They were moving the poles back. I think every time I've been on this little road, there's been something going on. This pasture over here, if you can see it. Hopefully you can. I don't know. It's pretty. I like those solitary oaks. It's pretty cool. A lot of horses up in this area because you're close to Ocala. Horse country. Yeah, these guys are slow. Now here we go. The clouds have been pretty wild today. A little bit of everything going on. We had some downpours, sunny rain. Nice. That guy has his car right there. What is that over there? Is it cauliflower? Look like these big white mounds, but it's not a... Interesting. It wasn't planted. Could have seeded itself. But really, the rain hasn't been too bad on this drive. We have pigs for sale. I've seen pigs, goats, and chickens. I think up here on the left, there's a place that just sells Sasquatch. See, this road isn't that bad. I guess they have money to burn here in Florida. I've never known this road to be bad. it's a rough job. I know Charlotte Unplugged did that kind of work for a while down here in Florida. I couldn't imagine. It's even harder on those workers now because they, I guess they did a ruling away with some of the laws regarding OSHA and heat protection for workers. So people who work out in the fields harvesting and these flag people and road work people, they've lost a lot of their protections, unfortunately. Jenny Springs, Blue Springs, Bow Springs. Blue Springs is quite a ways away. Interesting. It's in DeLand. Unless there are two Blue Springs, where that could be too. There were 3 springs back to the left, and there was another spring before I started filming that was to the right. Back there, little parks you can go to, and they're natural springs. They're really beautiful. In fact, I'd rather go to the natural springs than the beach, because it's not sandy. It's really fresh, clean spring water. I don't know. It's just really refreshing. Year round, they stay around 70 degrees. I have a couple videos, I think, on the manatees at Blue Springs State Park. So if you like manatees or interested in these gorgeous springs that are down here and have never seen one, you can go check that out. I have a lot of Florida videos. Wish I'd done YouTube when we did the epic trip from Atlanta all the way down to Key West. We had stops in between, but it was a fun trip. Put 3,000 miles on the car that month. Now I think there's a taco stand here too, or used to be. It's in front of some mobile homes. Let's see what kind of joke Google will give us. This is what I do when I'm bored sometimes. I'll think of something, I'll ask Google questions, and, you know, it tells me stuff. Because I'm a weirdo, you know, I like trivia, so. Tell me a joke, Google. Hey, Google. Tell me a joke. Oh, it doesn't tell jokes anymore. That's hilarious. It's so... Oh my gosh. It used to tell the worst jokes. Maybe I'm, maybe I don't have a signal. So I'm limited. I don't know. horse farms. I guess it was probably trail riding around here then too. Yeah, you can see on the right where it looks like people have been riding horses over there. There's a nice little trail on both sides. So I'm going to guess it's horses. So I've contacted a printing museum. I have some print blocks that I am going to donate to that museum down here in Florida. So I mean, I know there's that big one in Sacramento that's that does videos and such. And I do go out to Sacramento every now and then. But I decided to donate to this one down here in Homosassa, Florida. So I've talked to the owner. Probably going to try and meet up this weekend. So he promised me lunch. He doesn't have to at all, but it's not a huge donation. It's just a few print blocks and a little block, I guess, holder. There's probably a name for it. I can find out from him. But I'll do a video of the museum and Mr. Anderson. So he sounded like a really cool guy. We hit it off right away. So it should be interesting. He sounded like a super interesting guy. For sale. Sarasota Tim. He could be living rich. That may be his. Who knows? Actually, I'm on the other side of the state from where he. Well, no, I'm on his side of the state. But I think he had a. Didn't he have an RV or something over in Jacksonville or something? I found out about him when he did that crazy video on retire at 62, and then he started having to work because he had medical issues he couldn't afford. Starting to work again on YouTube. That's why I would recommend you do anything. Start a YouTube channel, doing stuff, and then retire. Find things to do to keep you active and busy, and for content. retirement and Social Security, I think you're allowed to make up to like $22,000 a year. So it's a nice little chunk of additional change to any to supplement any income. And have fun in doing it, you know. Meet a lot of interesting people, for certain. Whether it be in your community or out and about. And now we're in the Fanning Springs Basin. They put the We Buy Timber sign right near the pine forest. Is 3.1 miles till we turn. So we'll be coming upon the watermelon, I guess, processing. See a lot of buses coming in. We'll see. I saw there's a processor on the side of the interstate. They didn't have a bunch of trucks out. We'll see how much they're still harvesting, if anything, right now. I think school starts back the end of the month. So vacations should be winding up and that type of thing. So it looks like a watermelon truck, but there are all the melons right there on the right. There are a bunch of them. And then, what is that, tomato? Or soybean. So that's one of the watermelon manufacturing or processing places. So I guess they're not running today. So this is very much farm community, and when you see them picking melon, it is insane here. We've come through here once when they were doing it, and they use school buses. And they fill those school buses as full as they can with watermelon. They bring them over here to unload and process them. I guess they may even sell them to, you see the people in the roadside stands, or they have a truck full of them.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto US 129 South, North Main Street.
They're building some decent little houses over there. Another T. Smith Farms, also watermelon processing. See all the migrant housing. Looks like they're building a little bit more migrant housing. I'm gonna guess, since it's right across the street from the where they process the watermelons, they weigh everything and all that stuff. I'm gonna guess that's migrant housing their workers for the farms. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Take the second left onto US 129 South, North Main Street.
And believe it or not, a lot of Florida is still like this. Just have to know the places. Just need to put a light in here. It's so janky.
Continue on US 129 South for 8 miles.
Off the Beat, B-E-E-T. Interesting. It's an old Coca-Cola building. Wow. See, that's pretty cool. They've had Chick-fil-A out here. I wonder what for. Maybe just for the workers for lunch. The town of Trenton, Florida is where we are. El Taco Regio. There's see if you can see it. There's City Hall over here. Hopefully I can get it. I may not. It's a 2-story brick home. Looks like it was made maybe 1930s, 40s-ish. This Hitchcock Markets. They don't have any pig lip special this time. Darn. Pig lips were $6.99 a pound last time I came through here. I was shocked. Oh, the tax office. $6.99 a pound for pig lips. I just paid that for, what did I pay for that? Veal rib, veal breast. Crazy. think last time we came here, it was Gilchrist County Jail. Sheriff's Office bail bonds. How convenient. Cute little single-story homes over here. Building new ones. Been through about 4 or 5 counties. That was quick. Some camps over there or hog shelters, one of the two. It's open, so I'm gonna guess it's not hog shelters unless they have a secondary gate. They have these tarps set up almost like tents. I saw a sign back there, Whistler Property Appraiser. I wonder in small towns when you have a property appraiser, how all that works. They end up with the highest appraised property. Kites or birds. They have a almost like a delta shaped tail, almost like a swallow, only they're there again. I don't know what those are. Over here. must be something there that they really, really like. They are everywhere. They're really high up in the sky, too. Not like kites on a string. I meant like the bird. But I'd never seen that in Florida before, or in Georgia for that matter. Never seen the birds that large with that shape on them when they were flying. Yeah, cattle company, Quincy Cattle Company. Melons, $5.
In half a mile, slight left onto Northwest 30th Avenue.
Northwest 30th Avenue.
Take the next left onto Northwest 30th Avenue.
And that guy's tilling. Here we go.
Continue for 7 miles.
Yeah, this is the road I've been on. This one could use some paving. It's It's maybe too shaky to film. Quincy Cattle Company. It looks like they may even grow their own corn over here. And there are a bunch of those birds out there. I guess that's what they're doing. They're harvesting the corn. So the birds, whatever kind of birds those are, they're following the grain trucks. And here they come. I guess they're cowbirds, maybe? No. There are two different kind of birds we're looking at. I call them cowbirds. There's some kind of egret. Usually see a lot of them in cow pastures. They may be cowbirds. Solar farm. I'm trying to drive in the middle as much as I can just to keep you from shaking so much. I'm about to encounter a truck of some kind, so I have to get over. Let's see, hauling liquid. kinds of honey. Pints, quarts. Looks like he's selling gallons even. Wow. Yes, where it gets a little better up here because we're entering a new county. But you would think, this is Levi County, you would think that that road back there would be in better shape because, heck, it should make a lot of money off the agriculture over there and cattle. So, I don't know. Not to mention tourism. And what, it was the fastest growing state, I think, this last year, 2023. So, you know, they have more taxpayers moving in. Love it. Love that land over there. Both of these, both sides are beautiful. Copping some shade. Better. It doesn't feel better. Holy moly. Cypress knees and stuff in there. That used to be swamp over there. It's totally dry, which is really kind of hard to believe since Florida's gotten so much rain. Yeah, I wonder if they're in that much of a deficit. All the rain this season really hasn't made up for anything. So bizarre.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto US 98 South, Northwest US 19.
Yeah, baby! Alright, well, that pretty much shook my bladder up.
Turn left onto US 98 South, Northwest US 19.
Ah, yes. Believe it or not, somewhere down here, and I don't know why for. a locomotive.
Continue on US 98 South for 42 miles.
There's a locomotive in the middle of this road. Now, I'll try and hit it on the way back. Depending on what Google tells me to do. But yeah, it's the craziest thing. And I've been down here several times, but I only noticed the locomotive, I think, last year. Maybe we just came down, I think because we've come down here and then we've gone other ways and cut back across the state. It's rare that we come down here and come back this way. So, really crazy. But I think it has to do, I think there used to be a railroad that ran here. And it's probably what it's from. I'm guessing. back up then. I might clip some of this video off. I don't know. Some people don't like the shaky, but you know, I try. You're on a mount, so I can't do anything about the shaky. And I use a mount. I don't have a windshield mount or air vent mount. I don't care for those. I think with my car, I only have about a foot of clearance here between my the top of my display and my mirror. So any mounting would really obstruct my view. I hear that the air conditioning type mounts end up breaking the little things on the air conditioner, so that's not an option for me. But what I have is this clamp, and I can clamp it to many surfaces, but it also clamps onto the visor there. And it's supposed to also clamp onto the dash, but it doesn't fit my dash, but it's fine on the visor. And I just put it over on the passenger side. So it's pretty easy. It wasn't too expensive either. And it's not very big and bulky, so I like all those. They have those bulky ones that fit in your car, your drink holder, but we're water drinkers, so we always have a drink occupying that space. So this is where the train is at one of these median, like there are a lot of trees, and then all of a sudden there's this locomotive there in the middle of the road. Maybe it's here. I don't know. I have no idea where that train is. I just know it is on this stretch somewhere between what's that? Between Crystal Springs, Homosassa, and that turnoff that I do. Cinder block. is, and it's right there. So, figure it out. Alright. So that was about 85 miles north of where I'm going. Alrighty. Good to know, good to know. Now I just have to remember that when I come back this way. Like I said, if I come back this way. And all the buttercups. Wants me to take a break. So I'm slacking on the driving a little bit. Well, that's about as interesting as it gets around here. So I'm going to turn you off and continue driving. I'm going to make a